Welcome back to Talkin to the Teachers, presented by CBA Digital Network. I'll be your host today. My name is Nicholas Harari, and I'm here with Mr. Tomaino. Mr. Tomaino, since spring break is so close, what do you have planned for spring break?
My family and I are going to Costa Rica for Easter, and we're going to enjoy, some of the natural beauty that country has to offer, and hopefully, it's also a really Catholic nation. We enjoy celebrating all of the Easter and Holy Week, Semana Santa,
Awesome.
All the processions and the masses and all that. It's going to be exciting.
That sounds really fun. I'm actually going to Costa Rica as well for spring break, so
Let's hang out.
I know, let's hang out. Maybe I'll see you there.
All right.
So, as one of my coaches on the wrestling team, tell me what that experience is like to be a coach leading others.
Well, I've been involved with coaching as long as I've been involved with teaching. I guess this is, since I got out of college, I graduated in 2000, and so I've been coaching ever since, so 23 years of coaching. It's an honor to be able to coach the team I wrestled for. I wrestled, graduated from CBA in 95, and I gained so much from the sport, so many life-defining experiences came to me, and I just see it as my mission and my goal to help young people like yourself, learn the same things or gain a lot of positive experiences from it.
I couldn't agree more. I think if you're going to be a coach of one team, wrestling is the way to do it. Wrestling is a brutal sport. Discipline. It really does teach you discipline.
It does. And I hate to break it to you. I'm a fan of all sports and all athletes, but you know what? Wrestling's the best sport because it's only you. It's a fight.
Yeah, it's mano a mano.
That's right. And nobody to blame. And talk about ownership. And like you said, discipline. Everything comes down to discipline. How much are you willing to work? And that you see that work directly pay off. I
couldn't agree more. So, you were also instructor of the Jiu-Jitsu club. What is that like? What is Jiu-Jitsu like? How is it like teaching others Jiu-Jitsu? And I know you also involved in like self-defense. You and Mr. Butler.
Sure. Yeah. So Coach Butler and I, he's one of my best friends.
Yeah.
And I think the world of him, and he's been a big part of my life ever since we've been teaching and coaching together. So years ago, he had a jiu-jitsu competition coming up, and I was not interested in it at all. I was just happy being a wrestling coach. And he said to me, Coach, would you come and help me train for this competition? He said, help me work on takedowns. I said, yeah, I'd be honored. I'll help you work on takedowns. So we worked together. And I guess his ulterior motive was to get me into the sport because he said, hey, why don't you come do a practice? Okay. And then he started the Jiu-Jitsu club. He's like, I think you could show these guys some takedowns too. I said, okay, great. Next thing I know, I'm going to the club, and he's got me into it, and I've been hooked. That was about, I can't remember exactly, maybe 12 or 13 years ago.
Oh, wow.
So I've been at it for a while, and I've progressed up to the brown belt level, which is pretty exciting. I've done competitions at every single belt. And,
awesome.
It's a lot of fun. So, there's some striking differences between that and wrestling. Namely, in wrestling, you got to keep your back off the mat. In jiu-jitsu, it's one of your strongest positions is with your back on the mat. The goal of wrestling is to pin your opponent. The goal of jiu-jitsu is to make your opponent submit.
Yep.
But essentially, it's the same thing. The goal is to dominate and control your opponent. It's just doing it slightly differently.
And you do Jiu-Jitsu club. Is that every day or once a week or?
Yeah, right now, it changes year after year based on availability of the students and based on who can make it when. But this year we are doing a meeting during enrichment every Wednesday, and we do a meeting on Friday morning at 7 a.m. And we have a number of young men who come to school early Friday at 7 a.m. and get on the mat and learn to fight and learn jiu-jitsu. And so that's a testament to their dedication to the sport, how much they get out of it, that they're willing to wake up early to do something extra.
They're dedicated. As well, I know you're a man of service. You love, working for others. What do you participate in on a daily basis to serve others, would you say?
Well, on a daily basis, so the concept of service, I think, anyone who chooses to be in a helping profession, teaching, medical professions, etc., first responders, in the summers, I'm a lifeguard supervisor for the Monmouth County Park System at 7 Presidents, and I've been doing that for 27 seasons. And so serving others is a part of who I am, and I think it's important to serve others because I think it puts your own life into perspective. I think we're all given gifts. I think God blessed us with many opportunities in life, and the only way you can truly say thank you is by sharing that. And so I do my best to take part in at least 1 or 2 service immersion trips here at CBA. I try and serve others as a teacher. I try and serve others as a lifeguard and as a coach. And I see it as my mission to help particularly young people to learn about themselves and to learn about life and to develop themselves further. And then also talking about serving the poor, it's both a means and an end. It's a means to help young people like yourself to experience the need that others have, and it's also an opportunity to help others who weren't given the same set of blessings that we may have.
Yeah, that's amazing. I really couldn't agree more. Now, tell me more about, you just told me that you're a lifeguard in the summer.
That's right.
How you enjoy that? What is that like?
Yeah, I mean, let's face it, there aren't a lot of career paths you can take that give you the opportunity. Being in New Jersey, it's a seasonal job.
Yeah.
In California and in Florida, they have year-round lifeguards. But in New Jersey, it's a seasonal job. So other than teaching, there aren't a lot of career paths that give you the opportunity to be a lifeguard. And so it's fortunate that I love being a teacher because it works really well with my So I jokingly say that, if people ask me what do I do for a living, I say I'm a lifeguard, and then in the off season I'm a teacher, right? Whereas most people would look at the summer as the off season.
Yeah,
but it's a great life. You have responsibilities. It's to the public. It's your first responders. So we've throughout the years seen a lot of crazy scenarios, and also it's great again working with young people, guidance, mentorship, leadership, mentoring, and opportunities to teach them how to help others. And let's face it, it's a corner office with a view. It's the best. You get to spend your time on the beach. We train every day, so physical fitness is obviously very important to me. And just being able to work with young people in a different context, get to know them in a different context, and that helps you to. It helps me to stay young. Helps me to be in touch with what's going on in the world and to be a part of it.
Yeah, I mean, if I could be at the beach every day, believe me, I would.
Hey, give me your application. We'll talk.
All right. And overall, anything else that you would like to tell to the CBA community that is listening right now as your closing remarks? Closing remarks to the speech.
How much time do I have? No, it's just an honor. I think, just echoing back to something I said earlier, that we're just given a lot of gifts, and we're really blessed to be here. And it's just like I always make the analogy of if somebody gives you a sweater for Christmas, and maybe it's your favorite sweater, maybe not, maybe you like it, maybe you don't, but what do you do to say thank you? Obviously you say thanks, maybe you write a thank you note, but the real thank you can give someone is by wearing it. You put it on. So I make it a point in that scenario to put the sweater on in front of that person the next time I see them, so that they know I appreciate the gift they gave me. And that's how I look at what we here, this community, has to offer the world, is that we were given blessings. We didn't ask for them. So the only real way to say thank you for the gifts that we were given is to use them.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't agree more. Mr. Tomaino, that was amazing. You're a great mentor, lifeguarding, teacher, wrestling coach, jiu-jitsu instructor. I mean, you do it all.
I do my best.
And I want to thank you for being here with me today on this podcast. I'm Nicholas Harari with Mr. Tomaino, and that is all for now. And we will see you next time.
Thank you, Nicholas. Take care.